guys, my name is Miss Arno. I am a first grade teacher at Richter, and I am so excited to do a reading lesson with you today. I know that you guys got to read Honey, I Love, that great poem about writing poems, and you made inferences with that poem yesterday with Miss O'Brien. So today, we're going to practice making inferences a little bit more. And I brought an anchor chart that I would like for you guys to look at because it should give you reminders of what we do to make inferences. Remember that we have to make inferences as we're reading, and we use clues from the text and pictures and clues from what we already know to come up with something, a reason for something that we see in the book that we're reading or the article that we're reading. Whatever we're reading or paying attention to, we can make inferences from what's in the text and pictures and what we already know. We put those two things together to come up with our inference. So this is our anchor chart, and it explains a little bit more up here. So I just want to read this to you real quick. It says, when you make inferences, you use clues to make a smart guess about something the author doesn't tell you. Okay, so let's talk about that for a minute. You use clues to make a smart guess. A smart guess. So sometimes our inferences might be a little bit different because we don't know for sure. The author didn't tell us. And that doesn't mean that one person is right or one person is wrong. It just means that we had different guesses. We might have different things that we already knew that we used with the clues from the story to make our inference. And whenever that happens, our inferences are a little bit different sometimes. Okay, so today that's what we're going to practice doing. We're going to make some inferences. We sometimes read stories that writers leave some things out of that we need to know to be able to understand. They leave that out so we have the room to make inferences and we have time to do that. Okay, so I want you to keep this in mind. We're using the clues and the pictures from the text plus what we already know, and we're putting those two things together to make our inference. So I brought this story for us to read today, and it's called A Kid's Guide to Friends. So I'm going to read this with you in just a moment, and it is in your Into Reading My book that you have at home. So if you would like to follow along with me, you may, or you can refer back to this story later if you'd like to. We're not going to read the whole thing today, but we will finish it tomorrow. So let's talk a little bit about this story before we get started, because we know that we want to get to know the story a little bit before we start reading it. Okay, so this is an informational text. Look at that big word right there. Informational text. And informational text is nonfiction. You know what nonfiction is. It gives us facts and it's true information, okay? So in this story, we're looking for facts about friends, headings that stand out, and photos with labels, okay? So as we read this text today, those are some things that we might want to pay attention to because that shows us that we're reading an informational text. And I told you already, this is called A Kid's Guide to Friends. And today we're practicing making inferences as we read this. So it's written by Trey Amico, and I'm going to start reading it to you now. Kinds of friends. A friend is nice. A friend likes to be with you. A friend makes you happy. Who can be your friend? Classmate, neighbor, grandma, dad, sister, cat. There are all kinds of friends. So I want to look at this page a little bit closer for just a moment because I want to talk about this page a little bit. So the author says right down here, there are all kinds of friends, okay? So when the author says that, I can make an inference based on that and the pictures that I see on this page. And those pictures are labeled for me, so I can see what each of them are. But there's all kinds of different people, right? Different people that we would meet in different places, classmates we would meet in school, neighbors we might meet at home or at the park, grandma, well, we see grandma all the time, I hope, right? And she's related to us. Same thing with dad and sister. They're related to us, but they can still be our friends. And then down here at the bottom, look at that one. Look at that one. It even has a picture of a cat. So I can put these clues together to make an inference. And my inference is that the author is telling me all of these people and the cat can be friends. And we can make friends with all these different kinds of friends, okay? Very good. I hope that you could make that inference as well. Let's continue reading. Fun with friends. Friends play. Friends can be silly. Friends like to be together. What else can friends do? Run, dig, ride, read, jump, and laugh. The best times are with friends. Make new friends. School is one place to find friends. Look around. So here, I can make another inference. The author tells me to look around. I think that the author might say that because they know that I might be reading this book in school. Okay, so I'm going to look around, and I look around and I see friends everywhere. All kinds of different friends in my classroom. So I know that it's real easy for me to make friends at school because there are so many people around me and so many other kids that would be my age, right? So that is another inference that I could make because I'm taking my thoughts and I'm putting them together with what the author says. Great job on those inferences today, guys. I want you to practice making inferences in your own reading today as well. Nonfiction is a very good type of text to be practicing inferences with. So if you have nonfiction text to practice inferences, that's great. If you don't have nonfiction, you can practice it with fiction. Make sure that you take a picture of something that you are reading today and submit it to your teacher in Google Classroom. And if you want to write down on a sticky note what your inference is and make sure you put it with the page that you made the inference on, that would be extra and super awesome for your teacher to be able to see the inferences you made. All right, I'll see you guys again tomorrow and we're going to finish this book. Bye.